Nobody wanted this 85-pound German Shepherd. For 463 days, he sat in the back of a shelter while 31 families looked at him and walked away. Too big, too intense, too much. He'd been returned 3 times for the same reason. Every time, he wouldn't leave his people's side. And the day a young Navy wife finally took him home to her newborn son, that one flaw, the thing nobody wanted, became the only reason her baby is alive today. Rachel Brooks was 27, and the house in Pensacola, Florida felt enormous the day she carried Owen home from the hospital. Her husband Tyler was 6 months into a 9-month deployment in the Pacific, reachable only through a grainy video call that dropped every few minutes. So it was just Rachel, a 6-day-old baby, and a silence that pressed in from every corner. She'd never felt so responsible or so alone. Her neighbor mentioned the Gulf Coast Animal Rescue almost in passing, said they had a German Shepherd nobody would take. Rachel wasn't looking for a dog, but 3 sleepless weeks in, she drove over just to look. A shelter worker named Tara walked her to the back. That's Sarge. He's 85 pounds, about 4 years old, and he's been here 463 days. 31 families have passed on him. Rachel asked why. Tara sighed. Nothing's wrong with him. He's been returned 3 times, and every family said the same thing. He won't leave your side. He follows you room to room. Close a door, and he waits outside it. People call it too much. I call it the most loyal dog I've ever met. Rachel looked through the bars. Sarge lay with his chin flat on the concrete, watching her with tired eyes that had been passed over 31 times. Then he lifted his head, walked to the front of the kennel, and let out a low whine, like he already knew. I see you're still here, watching, and you still haven't subscribed. Honestly, after a dog like Sarge, that one stings a little. He waited 463 days on a cold floor for one single person to choose him. The least we can do is stay with his story. Tap subscribe and let's keep going. Rachel knelt down and Sarge pressed his nose to the bars, steady and hopeful and tired all at once. She thought about the empty house, the 9-month silence, the nights she lay awake listening for a baby's breath. "I'll take him," she said. Tara blinked. "You've got a newborn at home. You've sure about an 85-pound shepherd?" "My husband's 7,000 miles away," Rachel said. "I think a dog who refuses to leave your side is exactly what we need." From the very first hour, Sarge made his choice. Rachel set up a bed for him in the living room. He ignored it and lay down on the floor beside Owen's bassinet instead. One enormous paw stretched toward it and stayed. When she carried Owen to the nursery, Sarge moved to the nursery. When she stepped into the bathroom, 85 pounds of German Shepherd waited in the hallway, eyes on the door. When she fed the baby at 3 a.m., Sarge was already awake on the rug, watching the dark. He wasn't anxious, he was on duty. By the end of that first week, he knew the exact pitch of Owen's cry and would be on his feet before Rachel's eyes were open. Here's something most people don't know about German Shepherds. They've been trained as police and military dogs for over 100 years and rank among the top 3 most loyal, most protective breeds on Earth. A German Shepherd will bond so completely with the family it claims that it will put itself between them and any threat without a thought. Nobody had ever given Sarge a family worth protecting, until now. She told Tyler on their next call, holding the phone up so he could see the huge dog curled around the bassinet. Tyler laughed for the first time in weeks. "He looks like a Sarge," he said. "Keep them both safe for me." And slowly, that dog became the thing that held the days together. There was one night, about a month in, when the loneliness finally caught up with Rachel and she sat on the kitchen floor at 1 a.m. and cried into her hands. She felt a weight settle against her side. Sarge had left his post by the bassinet, the only time he ever did, crossed the whole house and leaned his 85 pounds against her until the shaking stopped. Then he went straight back to the baby. She started sleeping again after that, the silence never quite so heavy, with Sarge breathing slow and even beside the crib. He had his rules. He wouldn't touch his own food until Owen was fed and settled. He carried one specific stuffed rabbit, the blue one, everywhere and set it by the bassinet every morning like an offering. And every single time Owen reached up for him with tiny, uncertain hands, Sarge would lower his giant head and let the baby grab a fistful of his ear, staying perfectly still, like it was the most important job in the world. Rachel filmed it constantly. She thought the endless watching was just love. She had no idea it was about to save her son's life. It was a Tuesday in March, 2:14 in the afternoon. Rachel stepped into the garage for barely 30 seconds to grab diapers, leaving Owen in his bouncer just inside the back door. She heard Sarge first, a bark she had never heard from him in 4 months, deep and savage and terrifying. She ran back inside. A man was standing in her open kitchen doorway, halfway into the house. The police would tell her later that he'd been watching the street for days, targeting homes where the husband was deployed and the wife alone. He'd seen a young mother, no man, and an unlatched back door. What he had not seen was the dog. Sarge stood between the stranger and Owen's bouncer, all 85 pounds of him, hackles raised, every tooth bared, a sound rolling out of his chest that belonged to no house pet. The man took one step toward the baby. Sarge lunged. The man never made it past the doorway. He turned and ran so hard he tore the screen door half off its hinges. Rachel scooped up Owen and called 911 with hands that wouldn't stop shaking. The police found the man 2 streets away. He had done this before in 2 other towns. The same German Shepherd 31 families called too much. The same dog returned 3 times for refusing to leave anyone's side. The same Sarge nobody wanted, whose only flaw was loving too hard and staying too close, had put his own body between a stranger and a sleeping baby without a single second of hesitation. Against all odds, the exact thing every family had sent him back for was the one thing that saved Owen's life. Rachel posted a photo of Sarge curled around the bassinet that week. It was shared more than 3 million times. People wrote in about the rescued dogs the world gave up on, the ones who turned out the most loyal of all. Gulf Coast Animal Rescue had never had so many applications, and 11 long-term dogs found forever homes that month. Tyler came home 6 weeks later. He walked in, dropped his bag, and got down on the floor to wrap his arms around the dog who had guarded his family while he was gone. Today, Owen is 2 years old. Sarge is 6 now, gray creeping into his muzzle, and he still won't leave that boy's side. He sleeps across the bedroom doorway every night and walks beside Owen like a shadow. And when Owen reaches up for him, Sarge still lowers his head and holds perfectly still, the most loyal dog Rachel has ever known, doing the only job he ever wanted. When a dog refuses to leave your side, when he follows you from room to room and waits outside every door, don't call it too much. Maybe he knows something you don't. Maybe he isn't clinging at all. Maybe he's standing guard. Sarge didn't need training to protect Owen. He just needed one person to stop seeing his loyalty as a problem and let him stay. Sometimes the dog nobody wants gives everything to the family that finally chooses him. 31 families looked at Sarge and saw a dog who was too much. One young mother looked at the same dog and saw a guardian. So tell me, was Sarge born to protect that baby, or did love teach him how? Tell me in the comments. And if you've ever opened your home to a dog nobody else wanted, share their story below. Somebody scrolling tonight needs to read it.